Ready.
Yep, it's 9 o'clock. We'll call the meeting in order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome everybody to the February 18th Pipestone County Commissioners meeting. The agenda has been provided ahead of the meeting. Are there any additions or corrections to the agenda as provided?
I do have a couple here if I may. We have hospital warrants, item number 4. Amount is $214,750.08. $214,750.08. There are no offline hospital warrants. And our scheduled presenter, Chris Webb, at 10:30 is unable to attend today due to illness. And we will reschedule that hopefully for a meeting in March. And that's what I have for changes and adjustments, Mr. Chairman.
The agenda.
Thank you, Dan.
No, second.
A motion, second to approve the agenda. Any other discussion? Not all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Next up, we have the approval of the consent agenda, which includes the minutes of 2/11/25, commissioners warrants of $70,431.26, auditor warrants on 2/14/25, and hospital warrants of $214,750.08.
Mr. Chair, I'd move for approval.
There's a second?
I will second.
Okay, motion second to approve the consent agenda. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. All right, next up, we have Highway Engineer, Nick Bergman. Good morning.
Morning.
Well, pretty short for me today. Would be request to purchase some signs. We got 3 quotes there. The low bid has shipping included. I have no problems with that supplier, so I would recommend going with them. They're a low bid. That'd be Newman sign, so.
Budgeted item,
Excuse me?
budgeted item,
Yep.
motion to approve.
Thank you, Doug.
I'll second.
With motion second, approve the low bid from Newman Sign. Nick, do you do signs every year? Do you budget those yearly or every other year? Or?
No, we usually do sign orders every year. It's not like a set time or a set amount. It's kind of as we start to get low on some of them, we'll just look and see what we need and feel like last year we did 2, if I remember right. I'd have to look it up to be sure, but
Okay.
it's not just one order at one time, specific time of the year. It's like it's needed.
Is this got anything to do with that field inventory? Have you done that lately? Where you have way more signs if you did the field inventory or it's just kind of the standard?
Yeah, I know we got some software, like a sign inventory type, well, it's through Pro West. I don't remember. Were you around when we started that process or no?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not a big tech guy, so I don't know if I'd explain it correctly, but I know we have some inventory software stuff that goes on a tablet and they mark them with that. So it's like a GPS software.
Yeah, but you follow me with somebody would go out and just look at them all,
Yep.
basically.
That's,
I call
Now-
it field inventory, maybe you got a different
Yep.
word for it, I don't know.
it's partially that. I mean, they're part done with it.
Okay.
They're not completely done with it. They're probably 10% done with the computer version, but I know Trevor's been doing
It
it.
takes a long time. I'm not.
I didn't realize that at first, but
it
in
takes-
working with the guys, yeah,
Yeah,
it's,
it does. And it's
4,400.
kind of available to, or when they're available.
yeah, it's like 4,400 signs or whatever. So it's,
Oh, wow.
yeah, it's To me.
I'm just wondering. Okay.
Okay. Any further discussion? Any other questions for Nick? Not all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Next, yep, and we may have covered it before, but just want to bring it up again, make sure I'm remembering it right. Do you have interest in seeing like an in-depth presentation on that stone arch bridge? Like if I put all my pictures together showing construction from start to finish?
You'd mentioned one time maybe doing that for the road and bridge hearing? Or do you think that'd be too?
I don't know if I could get it done by then, cause it would be kind of a side project I'd work on as time allows, you know, but, I've about got the presentation done on for the road and bridge hearing, and it just kind of got me thinking about something for that, but
Yeah, go ahead.
That might be way too much work, but could it go on like our website?
Absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, eventually, I don't mean tomorrow, but you know, I think the public would be quite interested in it.
And I think that's the value there. It's not so much for us. We
Yeah, I
understand
mean,
the
we've
project,
seen,
but just for the public to get a
basics.
focus on that. Don't want you to have to.
or even the historical society be
Yeah,
involved.
Absolutely. They'd be interested, I'm sure.
You know, they've got their,
it's a good point.
at the museum, what they call them, coffee talks or
Oh,
lunch
yep.
talks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Might be a good avenue too, to get some message out. Don't want it to be a burden to you putting it together, but it's one of those things, be kind of nice to highlight that, because it is so unique.
Yeah, I think it would be good. I don't want to do it anyway, just for the highway department's sake, because when something more work needs to be done to that thing in the future, I can go back and look at that slideshow, then you know exactly what you're getting into. So I mean, it'd be beneficial to us. It's just one of those things, it's as time allows. I couldn't say, yep, I'll have it done by a certain time, you know, but I've got almost 500 files in that folder. And when I say a file, I mean either a picture or a video. So I mean, there is an insane amount of information that I have for that. And I don't know what it, maybe a slideshow will be really short because a lot of it's like time lapse pictures.
Doesn't have to be 500.
500 slides.
And even if you don't have the complete PowerPoint put together, if part of that could be used for road, or wait for a year from now, present it then.
Yeah, I could do an abbreviated version, I would think. It's one of those things I probably have to get working on it. And it'd probably become a little clearer to me then, like what's gonna be, you know, what's gonna be tough for an audience to stay interested in watching, you know, versus what looks like the same thing over and over and over and over.
Well, on the road and bridge meeting, I mean, I'd probably 5, 6 slides would be sufficient
I
to
think
show
so,
the
too.
guys.
I could easily do something like that.
Mhm.
But,
It's surprising throughout the state. Maybe it's more commissioners that we work with throughout the state are aware of that project,
oh, really? Okay.
the uniqueness of it.
Well, plus, you know, if there's another county or something that was gonna dive into a similar project, you know, I could definitely see where they would want this. So they could kind of have an idea of what it might be like for them, you know, so. But,
Well, I believe once you have the presentation made, then you're pretty much done with it. You know, you could upload it and.
Oh,
like-
yeah.
Like they said, we can watch it for years to come. Everybody can enjoy it for years to come then.
yep. Yep, so,
I'd imagine if you did want collaboration, I could definitely see the Historical Society wanting to be a part of it. Imagine like what Dan said with the coffee talk, they'd probably try to rope you in to come and actually show your pictures and have a talk on that. And because they share that on YouTube and everything too. So, I mean,
okay.
so I mean, that's resources out there that would actually really be interested in what you have to show. So,
Okay, well,
Oh.
I'll let you know when I get it done and maybe I have a full version of everything in it and then like an abbreviated version for whatever, so. Okay, well,
absolutely. Thanks, Dan.
yeah, I'll keep working on that then. Other than that, that's all I had today. Questions for me or otherwise that's it.
Anything else for Nick? Yeah. All right, thanks. All right, next up, we're gonna look to schedule a county cannabis business ordinance public hearing. We're looking at March 11th at 9:30.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, that is correct.
Move to schedule that. Second.
Okay, thank you. We have a motion and a second, schedule the county cannabis business ordinance public hearing on March 11th, 2025 at 9:30 a.m. Any further discussion?
Feel that this is one of the requirements for us to set this up.
Yes.
And where are we at in the process now? Do we know any more from the state as far as what the rules are? They're still feeling their way through.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Interesting.
They're still working their way through it. That's gonna be later in the year. Who knows what's gonna happen? They're still dealing with the social equity part of this. Trying to walk their way through that. I got a feeling we're gonna be second quarter, third quarter before any type of licenses come out. I will also have our local fee schedule as well, so we can adopt that for it too. So, of the licenses that we are responsible for. And just for your information, in getting the information back from our cities and towns, so far I've got everybody except Osborne. Township has sent back their delegation resolution. And the cities of Hatfield and Trotsky have not sent back their delegation for the county to do their authority to the county, so everyone's received a second notice on that. So if I get it back, I'm gonna have to go under the assumption that they wish to do their own cannabis ordinance, and so I'll reach out to them again.
And there are a couple now that do want to do their own, Woodstock wants to do.
Woodstock has their own ordinance, and so does the city of Pipestone, so they did not send back their letter, but they did tell us what they were planning to do, and have copies of the city of Pipestone's ordinance, so I've got that on hand.
How big of a turnout would you expect for this March 11th meeting?
I would,
Hard to say.
between 0 and I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Cause you just don't know. If some of the,
We've already had the ordinance, so really all we did is clean up the language on it, changes, a few little changes on it, that type of thing. So I've got the clean copy ready to go, and I'll have a copy of what the changes were, so you can review that back again. Just following what pretty much Health and Human Services has been working with us on, try to keep us in line with that.
We're following the state's mandate
Always following the state's mandate. Yeah.
to do this, and then, as we've discussed, the ordinance will probably be liquid. It'll probably, move, things will have to be adjusted as time
Assuming it would be
elapses
too.
and whatnot, and when
Yep.
things become more clear and how this will be handled, so.
As the state changes
Yep.
direction or whatever they need to do. And see what the legislature does too, since they're now
Absolutely.
in session and able to do work.
All right.
So just requesting, Doug, did you make the motion?
I did. Luke did,
Yep.
I second.
Yep.
Thank you.
Any further discussion in the public hearing? Okay. All right, I'll call the question. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
And I'll get that published.
Thank you, Steve. Right, according to my agenda, I think that's all the regular business, and I don't have any other business after personnel was scratched from the agenda.
Only thing personnel wise is we do have one more interview this afternoon for, the building and grounds as our maintenance director for that. So we'll be interviewing one more today.
We'll be able to handle that with Gary being gone.
Yep, we'll be able to handle that. And then we may have to schedule, since we're gonna be meeting, we should be able to make a decision after today of what we want to do, who we want to hire or something. We might want to consider having a special meeting on possibly 4th. So we don't have to wait so long, because we have regular meetings in March of the 11th and 25th. We'd like to get this thing going as soon as we can too, so.
I don't know about everyone else's schedule, but it might be easier for me. Could we do it early afternoon on the 3rd?
Doesn't matter to me, whatever works for you
Since
guys.
we already have
It's
the-
a special meeting, we can do whenever we want to do a special meeting, whatever
Or we
works
could
for
do
you guys'
it at
schedule.
11, cause we have the road and bridge
At
hearing at 9.
9, yeah,
Want to do it right after that?
at 11.
that would be
Okay.
nice.
So should we come back here then?
Sure, yeah.
Thank you. It just works better for my schedule that way to do
Yeah,
it on the same
absolutely.
day. Should we look to,
Yep,
Take
11
action
a.m.
on
March
that right
3rd. I'll
now?
put it, I'll get a notice out for that. Perfect, thank you.
do we need to take action on that, Steve, or?
Yeah, go ahead. That'd be motion and second be great. For 11 a.m. special meeting on the 2nd for a personnel issue hiring recommendation.
Thank you, Luke.
Yep, I'll second.
All right, thank you. Dan? All right, motion second to set a special meeting on March 3rd at 11 o'clock in Commissioner's Room. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you, gentlemen. All right, upcoming meetings on the 3rd, we have the Highway Department annual public meeting at the EMS building at 9. We now also have a special meeting at 11 a.m. later that day. Regular board meeting on March 11th and the 25th, as well as PCMC board on the 25th. Is there any other business to come before the board today? Not, I'll seek a motion to adjourn.
Chair, move to adjourn.
Thank you, Dan.
Second.
All right, motion second to adjourn. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen.